What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Coin Vigilante podcast, where you're going to get to hear a layman talk to some of the most prominent figures in the crypto and finance world as they try to explain some of the most complicated topics regarding finance, economics, stock market, and crypto in general. I will use this as an opportunity to gain a better understanding, and I hope you do as well. You're going to enjoy this next killer episode, and again, I thank you for watching. Let's go. All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Coin Vigilante podcast. Today we have Miss Teen Crypto, as you can see here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Carlos. I was super psyched for this all week.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. Let me change this at the top right. So this is another stream that we are doing. I'm doing it live. Okay, it seems like I'm doing a better job with the live stream. So, guys, thanks for watching on Twitter, Theta Network, and YouTube, and all that stuff. So, hey, some people know who you are. I bet almost everyone that's watching you know who you are. But if you could just give us just a quick background of who you are, how you came into the crypto space, and a little bit of your journey, I think that'd be sweet. I want to hear about it.
Awesome. Well, my backstory is basically my father has been in the crypto space for the past 5 years. So I was introduced to crypto when I was around 13, 14 years old. And at first, I wasn't really paying attention. I thought it was for adults, people in finance. But then when I saw how a Bitcoin transaction worked, I was actually really surprised at how simple it was, that all you had to do was scan a QR code or copy and paste an address. And then I saw that the demographic for this space was only 25 and up, which confused me so much because this is new technology. So why doesn't anyone my age know about it? So that's why I created my Twitter, because I really just want to educate my entire generation and beyond about cryptocurrency.
So I don't know if I'm 23. Do I qualify as Gen Z? I don't even know. I think we should look that up. But that's pretty cool. So
1997.
Okay, so then I make it. Okay. All right. I'm Gen Z. Thank you for educating me. So yeah, that's cool. I was actually doing some research, and I'm surprised at how many, I made a tweet earlier. I think it was right after I interviewed Brief Fit Dance, the girl that says bull, bull, bull and all that stuff. And I'm like, I wonder why women and ladies and girls are not into crypto as much as men, because it feels like it's a predominantly male thing, you know what I mean? And I did some research and I looked it up, and I think it said something to where there's 20% versus 80% of females are involved. And so I'm like, man, what's up with that? And so then I was like, well, what if I just start interviewing girls like Litecoin Lisa, now you, right? And Brief It Dance, and it's cool. So just like you're trying to educate the Gen Z, we also have girls that are coming into more popularity and bringing more girls too into. I mean, I got my fiance getting into crypto. I got my best friend's girlfriend getting into crypto. So they all have Litecoin. And so I'm trying to get the ball rolling here for a lot of people. So in a way, I am also, getting people involved. So it's fun. It's fun to do. And that's why I'm doing this podcast.
100%. That's amazing. You're spreading adoption. It's so exciting to onboard people when someone comes back to you and they're like, I bought Bitcoin or I bought Litecoin. It's just that feeling in your heart.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, nothing compares.
Especially, a lot of people buy it on Robinhood or Coinbase or whatever, but then they don't realize they can actually withdraw it, put it in their wallets, and now be their own bank. So that's the best thing, though, teaching them how to actually make their wallets and all that. But so anyway, how do we feel about the Litecoin all-time high? So do you consider Litecoin? I think it got to 413. Do you see that as all-time high for Litecoin?
Yeah, I heard it was 420 or something like that, but yeah. I any high is good enough for me. I saw Litecoin at around $20-something in the summer. So to see this is amazing to me. I can't even believe where Litecoin's gone. Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything's really popping off right now. But Litecoin, I still feel is undervalued. I just love it so much. I think it's a great project, a great coin.
What do you think about this dump though? This Elon Musk, and then now the Binance FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Man, it's dropping. I mean, it dropped a little bit, but what do you think? I mean, sell or buy?
Buy the dip, guys. Buy the dip. I mean, to
Buy that
get
dip.
these, it's like basically everything's on sale right now.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it is. It's crazy how the psychology, I read a book, what's it called? Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, and it kind of just teaches you how, the psychology works when it comes to investments. And a lot of people actually end up selling the dips every single time, right? Because they're scared. And I think it's more of a fear of missing out of, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it always works to where they end up selling the bottom of the dip and then they end up buying at a much higher price. And I don't know. It happened to me in 2017 quite a lot, honestly. Back in the day, when I was involved, I was not very experienced. I was just trying to catch tops and, chasing green candles everywhere. And I can tell you, for those people watching right now, that's not what you want to do. And, I've seen a lot of people, because you always talk about, I think you tweet every now and then, what are like some gems that I should buy or something like that, right? And I'm like, well, I'll tell you something. I have some family members that actually just bought Ethereum Classic. They bought Doge right before SNL. And then they bought, all these coins have already moved like 1,000% or something like that. And I tell them, okay, yeah, I mean, maybe long-term, medium to long-term, those coins are going to do really well. But in the grand scheme of things, it is not candles that you need to be jumping from one to another trying to chase pumps. And so, to answer your tweet, what gem should I buy? And I'm saying this too, guys, so you guys don't get wrecked. You want to get in coins that either have not moved or in the accumulation phase, and coins that haven't gone 2,000%. I mean, that's me. I don't know how you think about it. How do you go about, so when you're buying coins, I'm assuming you buy something. Do you go through a particular strategy, or is it just, or like, are you chasing, or are you buying coins that are still not at all-time high? What's your process?
My process, when I first got into crypto, I looked at, all these projects on Twitter, and I kind of evaluated them to how I would use them in my everyday life. For example, Bitcoin's your store of value. Litecoin could also be that store of value potentially, or, you can use that to buy a coffee. It's just, I evaluate things as how I would use them in their use case.
Yeah.
But, I just try to, hodl, accumulate.
So you don't try to jump from Dogecoin to another Dogecoin to Shiba and Doge.
I wish I had to. It's like I don't even have the funds to play around like that because, I don't have a big income. So whatever I could, put into crypto, I just, stack and I hodl. Gotta have diamond hands, like Jason Williams says.
Yeah, not like Elon Musk just did, but whatever. I cannot believe he did that, but not a big deal. Whatever. He still has Bitcoin in his balance sheet, so got to do what you got to do. But yeah, I mean, what about the Dogecoin? So what all do you know about it? Literally 2 days ago, I just heard about Shiba, and I don't know if I'm late or I don't know if I didn't get the scoop on this thing. Like, what's that Shiba coin? Is that on Binance or something?
I'm not exactly sure about the whole Shiba thing. I didn't look too far into it. There was just a lot going on the past few days, but I'm not too sure about that one. But I do know that, if newbies are getting into it, it's just a new way of onboarding people, At least people are learning about crypto somehow, some way.
That's what I think is going to happen. You
always have to do your research as well.
Yeah, and that's what I think is going to happen. All these people, and especially young people, are getting into crypto because of Dogecoin or these dog coins or whatever. But ultimately, it might be like Elon Musk's plan or someone else's plan to just get so many people on board into, these coins. And then later on, they'll start placing some into Bitcoin, Litecoin, something that's strong fundamentally. So I feel like there's something lurking and, something like that's going to happen. So I don't know. I'm excited. But anyway, so one thing, so a lot, guys, if you're watching right now, a lot of this is going to feel like a conversation, which it should. And that's how most of my podcast feels. So I'm going to be throwing questions. We're going to be talking a lot. If you're watching, feel free to, comment or whatever, post whatever you want, and then I'll show it here. But one thing I have seen on your Twitter is that you do the NFTs, right?
Yes.
So how does that work? So I know that NFTs are really popular. So are you actually selling NFTs and creating revenue from that?
Yes, I am. I actually just created my website today, missteennfts.com, and it'll redirect you to my marketplace on Atomic Hub. I love minting NFTs. I do it for fun mostly. It's just something so exciting and new. So I just like, I mint my own NFTs. I have my own gift shop. It's called Miss Teen NFTs on Atomic Hub. Super fun. Totally recommend.
So I don't know if you want to share some of how you do this NFT thing, but I have zero. I'm saying zero experience with NFTs. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know what to buy or what to sell. I don't know anything. So when you're doing this, so you're actually creating the pictures yourself, or you're hiring someone to do it, or how does that work? Or is it easy? Is there like a platform to do it?
I work together with some artists, so it's mostly like a collaboration based type of thing. And then I,
Got it.
take that GIF and then I put it on Atomic Hub. I create a template. Then I go to blocks.io, Atomic Drops, fill in all the blanks. If you look on my website, missteencrypto.com, and look on the helpful links, you'll find how to mint an NFT. That's the same article I follow every time just to make sure I'm doing the right thing.
So you're saying I can do this right now. So
100%.
And does it have to be, so maybe a cool picture that I take or something, I can just turn into an NFT and put it there?
Yes, anything can be an NFT, anything that you want. And I think that's what's really special is that you could create anything and it could be an NFT. It's super fun. And there, if you look on Atomic Hub, there's the MLB cards. There's, a bunch of people like Ken Bozak minting NFTs, Alien Worlds, Art Planet. A bunch of really cool things are going on Atomic Hub.
That's crazy.
But anyone can mint an NFT.
Okay. Maybe I need to start doing that or something. Create some revenue. For myself. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm actually hosting a workshop at Shitcoin 2021, June 3rd and 4th. I'll be hosting my own workshop for where I'll be minting my NFTs live step by step for a drop that will occur at the conference. So hopefully it'll be live streamed so I can share it with you. Or I hope you actually come by. That'll be cool.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, if you can do live stream, I will attend. For sure, because I need to learn how to do this. This would be pretty cool. You know who's into this a lot, but physically, my fiance, it's like a bug like bit her, and now she's like, it wired her brain to love Pokemon cards. And so every day she's going to stores trying to buy Pokemon cards left and right. She's literally trading. So I don't know if you follow the Pokemon frenzy at all, but it's basically what's happening with NFTs, except physically, right? You buy these Pokemon cards or you open them, and it's nuts. I wish Gary Vee was listening, because Gary Vee would be proud of this. Really, so she sent something to PSA or something. It's this company that makes sure that, they review the card and then they grade it. And based on the grade, that's how much you can sell it for. And so she got a PSA 10 on one of these cards called a Lily card, right? A Pokemon card. And it's crazy because she can sell that thing for $1,500, just a card, right? Wow. And so in the same way, I'm looking at NFTs and I'm like, I wonder if there's like a way to just do that, right? I don't know. It's all new to me. The only thing I do is just buy cryptos and all that stuff, but I think I should probably get into the NFT world. I think I'm missing out on a lot of opportunity or just cool stuff to do there. I need to get into it. But if you do that live stream, please share it on Twitter or something so I can watch it. I think that'd be sweet.
Definitely. I think the whole event's going to be in alt space as well. If you go on Shitcoin's Twitter, you'll definitely see that somewhere where there's that alt space. So you could just join in. I don't know if you've ever joined alt space before. Alt space is basically like a VR world. So you don't need a headset. I just use my computer and you just walk around it. It's basically like you're at a conference and you're just like talking to people, hanging out. So I think hopefully my live stream should be in there. I'll let you know though, but you could definitely join the conference virtually.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of crypto stuff. It's like I should be more involved with other certain things like that VR space. Like I have no idea about that. Like, yeah, what am I doing? I don't know.
Crypto changes every day. There's like a whole world of news. I feel like, I'm off Twitter for 3 hours and I missed everything.
I know. That's crazy. So when you first got into Bitcoin, so you looked at the transaction and how it worked and you were like, man, this could be like life-changing. And how old were you when you realized that? when you made that, like, whoa?
Yeah, I mean, I was hearing about it since I was 13. It took me a while to digest. I think I had my first transaction when I was around 16. And then I started to learn about it
Man.
a little more. And then, like, when I was like mid 17, I created my account and wanted to, just educate people and just put my energy into it.
Yeah. To me, when I first heard about Bitcoin and Litecoin, see, to me, so what is your main driver behind educating people? Because to me, the reason why I did this, and we just talked about it like 10 minutes ago before we did the live stream, like, to me, I'm doing this podcast so I can, at least share some of my knowledge and bring people in that have more knowledge than me, right? Like you, and be able to teach people about the opportunity that we're currently seeing with Bitcoin, Litecoin, and cryptocurrencies, because the current financial system that we live in is corrupt, is rigged, and it has been stealing your purchasing power for decades, right? Right now, my dollars can buy less than they used to before. And so Bitcoin and Litecoin, especially those two that are store of values, those actually protect that purchasing power. And when I first learned about it, I'm like, my goodness, I mean, this is going to be something massive. And I wish I would have pulled the trigger earlier and bought more. I was trying to time the market to perfection. It didn't work, and I ended up buying higher. So I don't have as much as people think I do, but I know it's the escape. I know it's a solution, and I need people to understand that. I want people to understand that, like people that I have in Mexico, family members, or here, friends, anything. I mean, I'm spreading it like a virus in my own family, right? So I'm getting everyone to buy it. So when it comes to you, what was your like inspiration, motivation to get people going and to educate people, especially Gen Z?
The same as you, because like I said before, I noticed that none of my friends, nobody in my generation even like was on Twitter talking about this stuff. No one on social media. That's why I was like, I really want to educate people. I want to show them like this is a new way of transacting digitally, excuse me. And it's just a whole new internet. Just like on Ethereum, you could build websites, you could build games, just like chain games. There's just a whole new way of doing everything. And it was just so exciting to me that I just couldn't keep it to myself. I was like, I want everyone to know about this. I want to teach everybody about this so that we can all do this together. Because I feel like everyone has a part to play in crypto. Everyone can find their little niche. Everybody can stack sats. Like there is no age limit. There's unlimited potential in crypto. Anyone can do anything essentially. And that's just why I wanted to fuel everything into this, educate everybody, spread crypto adoption.
Yeah. I'm just listening to that. And it is. I mean, it really is. And a lot of people don't realize how massive it is. And, it's crazy how many, we call them noobs, right? New people coming into the system and to the whole ecosystem. I mean, I don't think many are realizing the opportunity that crypto is bringing, because a lot of them, are just coming in because they heard that Doge went up 200% or 500%, and they just want to have money, right? Or make a quick buck here and there. But in reality, this is where we need to start educating people and telling them, okay, yeah, it's cool that you have Doge, and it's cool that you came into this ecosystem to make money, but you also have to realize that, this system is going to provide the solution for something bigger. It's much bigger than what we just see. And that's what I want people to understand, right? And a lot of people that are in crypto, they're like, okay, well, I mean, yeah, it always goes back to that. Making money, I want to get rich quick. But little do they know that by buying Litecoin or Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, they're joining a new technological revolution. And it is crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's like buying Amazon at $40 back in the day, and now Amazon is at $4,000. I mean, I don't know. To me, it blows my mind at the opportunity that we're seeing. And it's crazy because, I mean, the NFT and what you're doing, like, I still need educated for that, right? I don't know anything about it, right? So if you have, maybe you should do courses. You should do courses, and then I'll be like, okay, I know what I'm doing. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Definitely something to look into, courses. That's actually a really good idea. Because I mean, I look online all the time, Carlos, and I'm like, okay, what's wrong with my Anchor wallet? Like, what's going on with Atomic Hub right now? And like, I cannot find a solid answer anywhere. There are a lot of like non-reputable sources. Like there is no, reputable source for crypto yet. So I think, tutorials would help. And there's a lot of people, like Crypto Stash that do a lot of NFT tutorials, like absolutely great tutorials. But, it's definitely something I want to look into as well. Like, one day, like I want to have like my own events to, do these types of things all the time. But, definitely something to look at for sure. And I teach people at school as well. Like I've had a bunch of people, like my teachers ask me to teach my class about Bitcoin for whole school periods, which are like an hour long. And I've actually tried to teach my art teacher about NFTs. So hopefully she gets into that soon.
So what would you say? So I have my sister, right? My sister's an artist. She makes unbelievable, pieces of art, painting, right? All of it, pencils, all that weird stuff, right? And I don't know how she does it, but I'm like, okay, look, I know there's a marketplace online in the crypto world where you can sell NFTs. And so if I'm trying to make her make money, what would be my step? Like, is there a way to transfer that physical stuff into digital stuff and then put it in an NFT and then sell it? I don't know.
If you're looking, you could take a picture of the physical piece and mint it. That's definitely something you can
scan
do.
It, scan it or something.
Sure. Yeah, I know that. Recently, there's this guy named Ted Wilhelm. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name right. He's on Twitter. He created a physical piece of fan art for a friend of mine, Ken Bozak. So what they did is that they took a picture of that physical art and they minted it as an NFT and sold it. So that's definitely something you can do. I think it's something great. And if she wants, she could sell the physical piece as an NFT as well. And, whoever buys that NFT, she could give it to them. I'm not sure how the specifics work with that, but that's definitely an option. A lot of people could get into NFTs.
Yeah, maybe I'll make her rich and she'll be making more money than I will by selling this. Yeah, because I was thinking, man, imagine if we can, I don't know. I'm thinking of how we can bring actual artists everyone's an artist, right? Depending on what you're doing, but from my experience with her, right? Her artistic skills, how could we turn it into something and monetize it, right? And that's the crazy thing with NFTs. You can monetize everything. So NFTs means non-fungible tokens. And I'm sorry, I'm asking you so many questions about NFTs. I'm trying to also learn, right? So non-fungible tokens don't just have to be for art. Basically, if you have something in the blockchain as an NFT, that means, can you sell pieces of it, like fractions of it, or that's not how it works? So for example, Zilliqa. So I know that Zilliqa did this. I don't know if you've heard of that project. They partnered with a distillery or someone that makes, like high-end alcohol. I think it's like whiskey or something. And what they did is, usually that stuff goes in big barrels. Well, you can't just go to a store and buy a big barrel of something that's really expensive and it's high-end and it's a collectible, right? And so what they did is this company partnered with Zilliqa. Zilliqa put it, somehow tokenized it to put it in their blockchain to where investors could buy a fraction of that barrel, right? So, well, I want to own a quarter of that barrel, right? I don't want to just own 10 bottles, right? And so is that how it works with NFTs, or am I completely diverging from what they are, or how does that work?
Not that in my experience, I've never really heard of something like that, but I know, like, for example, like I'll mint, for example, 10 NFTs. It's like, if you buy the NFT, it's on the blockchain. Okay, Miss Tina, it went from my wallet to your wallet, and you own that whole piece as an NFT. And then, if you transfer it to someone else, that's also on the blockchain. So you just own that whole piece.
So what if someone, because I always hear this, if someone tells you, well, I can just take a screenshot, right? I guess the value comes from the one that's stored directly in the blockchain, right? Because you can't really duplicate that, right? That's what gives it value. Okay.
Exactly, yes.
So, okay. I don't know if you had a response to that or anything like that. Because I know there's always people that are always just, they're never happy with anything and just complain about things. Like, oh, well, that doesn't have any value because you can just take a screenshot and whatever. So I don't know if you have
it's the proof of ownership. Like if there's 10 NFTs in circulation, you could take a screenshot, but you don't have that value that the actual NFT has. And if you actually owned it, it doesn't have the value. Just like, you know, if you take a screenshot of a picture of the Mona Lisa and you hang it in your room, it doesn't mean you have the actual value of the Mona Lisa. You don't actually have the physical piece. Just like you don't have the actual NFT if you just take a screenshot.
Right. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
if
need to
that
get
makes
into
sense.
space. No. That makes sense. I just need to. I feel like once I get into it, play around with it, I'll be like, okay, I kind of understand this. It's just like when I explain people about Bitcoin and crypto, none of them understand it ever. They're like, okay, yeah, sure, okay, it's just like magical money on the internet or whatever, and then they start playing with it, they start buying it. Oh my gosh, I can transfer it and send it to someone in Europe for 1 cent fee when it takes 3 to 5 days for me to send Litecoin or dollars to another country, and I get a $20 fee, right? It's crazy. So one question I have for you right now, if we're looking at our current cycle, what do you think? I mean, where do you think we'll go from here? I mean, from your experience that you have, or just your personal opinion, I mean, do you think we're reaching the top of the cycle? Do you think we have more room to go? Do you think more institutions are going to come in? I mean, what do you think?
I'm not exactly sure. Crypto is crazy. It's like not really that predictable. And I haven't been here for long enough to really decide that type of thing. But I just know that crypto is the future. I know that, you know, so many people still aren't in crypto. For example, I'm not sure if you see my videos where I go to Times Square in Miami, like wherever I am, and I'll just go up to random people and say, do you know what Bitcoin is?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 95 to 99% don't know what Bitcoin is. And if they say they do know what Bitcoin is, I'll be like, okay, so do you own any? And they're like, no. So
No.
we're still so early. And I think there's just so many people that like have yet to get in. I think around maybe 1 to 2% of the world is in crypto. And I feel like that may be generous. I'm not exactly sure, but let's just imagine when 10% of the world is in 50%, what we're going to be at. I just know that there's so much more adoption to be spread and so many more people that need to be educated in this field that we just have so much potential, like unlimited potential.
Yeah, I know the potential is unreal. And I think I just saw something. There was something news or something that came out that said that about 40 million, I was surprised by this number, 40 million adults own some form of Bitcoin. And I'm like, wow, really? And so I'm like, that's nuts. But I mean, I don't know how accurate that is, but that's a lot of people already. I mean, maybe what's
Is that in
that?
the US?
5% in the US. Yeah. And
Wow.
so, or maybe they meant crypto. I don't know. I think it said Bitcoin. But I'm like, oh my goodness, man, we're hitting mainstream. And again, I think it all comes down to, and I think it's part of Elon Musk's plan, right? Getting people on board, getting them going crazy with Dogecoin. I mean, I'm literally having the grandparents of my fiance or uncles and aunts buying Dogecoin. You know what's funny about this? All this whole time, throughout the whole bear market, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be accumulating strong fundamental coins that are going to have so many use cases in the future, are going to be the future of money, are going to be integrated into this Ethereum, like, you know, doing all these, we call it FA analysis, fundamental analysis, and only to be absolutely destroyed by like my aunt's Dogecoin investment in January that turned her $1,000 investment into $150,000.
Wow,
And
that is crazy.
I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing wrong? I mean, it's nuts. And I kid you not. I mean, that's how much money they're making. But I mean, I guess that's the beauty of crypto. But usually things, and for people that are watching, I don't hate Doge, but you know, when people ask me, you know, people always ask me, should I get in Doge when Doge is at the very top of the market? Well, then I tell them, you already missed out. And then they get mad at me. Well, oh, you hate Doge. You did this. I'm like, no, I don't. I'm just, from my experience, you know what happened to me in 2017? I got into the crypto world in late 2017. I was just going through CoinMarketCap and I looked at TRX, Tron. And I'm like, huh. And it just came out. I mean, I had no idea. It was
Oh,
like
wow.
sitting at like 200 market cap or something like that. And I'm like, huh, let me look into it. I clicked on the website. The website was absolutely terrible. But it said something about China. I'm like, okay, well, it's a Chinese token. What if China gets involved? I think that probably would be huge. And then it's dealing with crypto, and then coins are going nuts. I put $300, right? I didn't have much money. Okay, buy it. Okay, I go to bed and I wake up and it didn't really move. Okay, let me sell it. I wake up the next day and the thing moved 200%. I'm like, oh my gosh, let me put it all back in. No, and then it went up to go more than 20,000% up, 20,000% up from that. And so I managed. I mean, I made mind blowing money as I don't how old was I? I think I was 19, 18 or something like that, or
Wow.
19. And I'm like, this is insane. How much money? But then, no, listen to this. Okay, yeah, I'm really cool. I thought I was a genius. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be rich. This thing is gonna go, my portfolio gonna go to 100,000, something stupid, right? And I'm like, man, I'm killing it. Like, this is my way to financial freedom. My goodness. Well, then the market crashed. I didn't sell any of it, right? And so my portfolio went down to 98%. And I remember this well. I was looking at it. I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, if I would have flipped my Tron, listen to this. If I would have flipped my Tron into Bitcoin when Tron hit the all-time high that it did, when I bought at the very bottom, literally for a penny, I mean, I could have flipped it for about 4 to 5 Bitcoin. And so
Wow.
I did it. And then I didn't. And now that Tron bag can only buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. And so what I'm saying is this: if you're killing it in some coins, and I'm not trying to lecture you, this is an open discussion. I'm lecturing the people that are listening, that keep telling me to buy Doge at the top. If you made a killing in some coin, I recommend you flip it into Bitcoin, or at least take profits, because then what's going to happen is you're going to be crying for 3 years in the bear market like I did, when I could have made life-changing money, but I didn't, because I didn't pull the trigger. And so, hopefully that helps some people. But man, I don't know. Has that happened to you? Have you ever invested in a moon bag that just skyrocketed to, or no?
Not yet, honestly. I have yet to be in like these crazy situations. I mean, I just
Ugh.
like I said, I just like try to accumulate what I could.
Mm,
And I don't really
yeah.
have access to like a bunch of these things that everyone invests in. Like for example, Theta, Digibyte, things like that. I have no access to, just because I live in New York. So it's like,
Yeah.
even sometimes I feel like I'm missing out. I'm like, oh, I like want to FOMO into this coin, but like I can't even do it because of where I live.
So yeah, I've been using Uniswap to buy a lot of these coins. I don't even know if that's legal in the U.S. So I hope it is, because I've been doing it. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll get someone knocking on the door saying, but whatever. It's too late now. I disclosed it. Who's commenting here? Oh wow, yeah, it does. But yeah, I don't know. That happened to me, and so that's why I tell people, man, if you kill it in Doge, or if you kill it in something else, just put it into something that's, I mean, you're fundamentally strong. I mean, there's only so much mania and pumping that's going to happen for some of these, and so I don't know. I've yet to encounter something that moons like Tron yet, but I remember I was with my fiance, was my girlfriend then, and we were at Waffle House, and I opened my Blockfolio app, and I'm looking, and this is in the 2018 bear market, and I'm looking at my portfolio, and I mean, it's just a straight line down 98%. And I was helpless. I'm like I was on the verge of crying. I'm like, oh my God, this sucks. So yeah, she remembers that story well, and oh man, that sucks. I mean, crypto can be amazing, but you just got to be careful, and people need to realize that I personally think bear market of that level will hit crypto again. And so that's why I'm always cautious. I'm like, at some point, the mania is going to stop. Because look, at the beginning of this bull market that just happened, right? Bitcoin went from 3,000 to 60,000, right? In a year.
Yeah.
We did not see any sizable correction for a long time. And, you know, I look at charts in 2017 bull market from 2016 to 2017, we saw Bitcoin rise. I mean, exponentially, but it always saw 30 to 40% corrections along the way in an uptrend, right? And a lot of people a couple months ago were saying, oh my gosh, institutions are in. There is no way that Bitcoin is going to drop 30%. People will not let it. Institutions and strong hands will not let it. Well, guess what happened a week after? 30% correction, right? And so
Yeah.
we're still seeing similar patterns. And at some point, markets that are overheated will see a correction. So I think we're going to get there. I don't know when, but I will remain vigilant. Coin vigilante. I will
Yes.
make sure that we let people know when to be cautious, because we can't just, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be, I don't know. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun time. And I don't know. Hopefully I get into NFTs before that happens.
I mean, yeah, crypto's an exciting place. Like I said, there's just so many people that have yet to get into it. So I feel so bullish on everything. I'm just bullish on crypto. I'm bullish on NFTs. It's just
Yeah.
all really exciting technology that like people don't even really know about yet. And
Yeah.
being in the Twitter space and on crypto Twitter all the time, I feel like everybody knows about it. But then when if I go to school and I try to talk to someone like my art teacher about NFTs, like they have no clue what I'm talking about, and they're like, "What? All right, we'll talk about it later." Like,
I don't know. I just find it mind blowing. Like, for example, you're monetizing art that you're collaborating with other people and making nice money on it. I mean, it's crazy how you can monetize that. The whole entrepreneurial like spirit is coming into life. That's something I've noticed. Like, I can guarantee you, people back in the day were not thinking, "Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do now? Oh yeah, let me make a podcast, see if I can make money on that. Let me make NFTs, see if I can make money on that. Let me start making courses. Let me start doing like I think that for a long time people are just happy doing their 9 to 5 jobs. But and you know what I think about now? I'm trying to connect the dots. 9 to 5 jobs are hard for you to keep up in life now because of the purchasing power that has been stolen to us, to where people, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, are trying to find different sources of revenue. And I don't know if you worked a 9 to 5, right? But look, you're already doing your entrepreneurial spirit is already out there, right? You're doing NFTs, you're doing I think you're doing some podcasts, right?
yeah,
You're investing in crypto. And so it's crazy. It's crazy because I'm noticing this kind of shift in mentality for people. My fiance's what is it, younger brother, is trading Pokemon cards like crazy. He's putting them on eBay, making money on that. And so I don't know. It's kind of crazy how everything is shifting, and we're seeing a lot of entrepreneurs come out. I don't know. What do you think about that? I mean, I don't know if you've noticed it, but I'm noticing it.
I mean, I've noticed since I've been in, NFTs just, completely like lit off, popping. And it's just really exciting because you really see what people could do and how like people can, take one piece of technology and make it their own. Because, if you look at NFTs, like you have MLB tops, you have, trading cards on there as well. Or you can like get more art that you could redeem for physical pieces. And, like, I just think there's so many people that can transform this technology into their own. And I think that's
Yeah.
what makes crypto so special is that you could really make anything, whether that be a token, an NFT, your own project. There's just so much potential here for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. And basically, the way I saw the internet initially, um, is basically the transfer of information. It allowed people to transfer information peer to peer. And now we're seeing a whole new paradigm shift. It is basically the transfer of wealth, of value. It's nuts. Think about that, right? So we're seeing what
Exactly.
we saw, the dot-com bubble, right? And now we're seeing it with cryptos, in that you can transfer wealth and value with cryptocurrencies, with NFTs, with tokenizing real estate. That's going to be something in the future too. You're going to be able to
Yes.
buy a fraction of real estate of a house because of this. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, NFTs will be, a high school graduation diploma, a college graduation diploma, or, a real estate deed. Really, anything could be an NFT because, like we said before, it's proof of ownership. It's on the blockchain. No one can counterfeit that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's too bullish. So, all right. Anyway, so we're obviously bullish on this and that, but let's wrap this thing up. So, I have a few
Cool.
questions that I usually end with for my podcast. One thing, let's see. What is a book or a movie that truly inspired you or gave you an aha moment? Actually, yeah, whatever. Book or movie.
One movie that I watched this year, and everyone on crypto Twitter refers to it, is The Matrix. I mean, I
Oh,
watched
yeah.
that and I was like, wow, why does this all make sense? Like, it's just so crazy. I
Yeah.
love it. I thought it was a really good movie. It's just like an eye opener. It really makes you think about like what surrounds you and things like that. Just so it puts
I
you in
mean,
such a like weird state of mind.
literally that's what's happening right now. I mean, we tell people this. Max Kaiser and Stacey Herbert always say this: take the orange pill. Like,
Yes.
take the orange pill, take Bitcoin, and realize the system that we live in. Because all of us are just sleeping and not realizing that we live in a rigged financial system. And so, oh yeah, we have a lot of people liking the Matrix. Look, we have all the comments. Can you see the comments, by the way?
I see what you pull on screen.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I
Good.
see Manuel's comment. Cool.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, Manuel. Yeah, I like this comment thing and all that stuff. But yeah, Matrix. That's a good movie. What about books? Are you into books much?
I'm into books. Like sometimes I read, on my like real spare time because I've been so busy since school ended. But one book I really liked was The Kite Runner. It was just really
Okay.
deep. It was, I don't know, it's like a pretty popular book throughout high schools, and it might be like a cliche book to read the past few years, but it was just really deep, and it just like shows like like family, and it was just amazing. You should really
Cool.
it's a good book.
Maybe I'll look into it. But okay, so last thing that I do with my guests. So I'm gonna mention a phrase or a word or something like that, and you have to respond with the first word that comes into your mind. Okay, so I'm gonna put you on the spot. All right. Let's start with the easy one. Bitcoin.
Sound money.
Okay. Litecoin.
Zesty.
Okay. NFTs.
Amaze balls.
Amazing. What else? What else? Peter Schiff.
Sir Gold.
Or gold.
Sir Gold.
What else? I don't know. Let's finish with Elon Musk.
He's a cool dude, despite the controversy, he's bringing people to Mars potentially.
Yeah.
He's doing like,
Hopefully.
just the technology of what he's doing, bringing people to space. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if he sends Doge to $1 or $2 or infinity and beyond. But anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for watching today. So we had Misty in crypto. Follow her on Twitter. Follow her NFT stuff that she does. She knows a lot more than I do in regards to that. So again, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Carlos. You're amazing.
All right, we'll do one again another day.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.